It's nice that it announces that to everyone loud and clear that we're being recorded. All right, we're on. I'm going to go ahead and get rolling here. And if someone pops in after we get started, they're more than welcome. They can catch up. I'm glad everybody's here this afternoon. My name is Rick Wiley. I am the Market Center Tech Trainer with Keller Williams First Choice Realty, all the way in Bowling Green, Kentucky. I'm probably a little ways away from the rest of you, but I am in the Ohio Valley region. I appreciate you tuning in today, taking time out of your day to learn a little bit more about Command. Today's topic, what I'll be covering with you, is in the Designs applet and the Designs feature. And it's very broad in Designs, but we're going to focus on how to do some email designs, some social media designs, also some print designs, and show you a new thing recently new with print designs that you can actually order print jobs from Keller Williams, have those delivered, and I'll show you that as well. So without further ado, I do ask this: if you've got a question, I don't want sometimes as a tech person or a geek, I should say, may get excited about what I'm talking about and get too fast. So if that's the case, by all means, type in the chat for me, hey, what about this? And I'll stop frequently. But if it's, going too fast, and, you can unmute and say, hey, what about this? So that I don't get too far ahead. I don't want anyone to feel like they're drinking out of a fire hose trying to get a drink. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And please let me know if you don't see my screen. I'm trying to hide folks here where I can see my screen effectively. So with Command and the Designs applet, just very, very basic here. Log in. It's going to be the applet on the left-hand side with the little easel and paintbrush, label designs, and then I'll drill into that. It takes me to my landing page within Designs. When I land on this page, it's going to show me a library or display for me previously created designs, and then they're categorized at the top of the page: email, and if I click social, these are in my library. These are the ones that I have already created, and then any print designs that I have created, and then also with any videos that are pretty cool to create. A couple of key things too to point out. Notice here it says complete marketing profile. By completing that marketing profile, that will help you with some pre-fills as we start going through these templates with some of the designs. Some of that will pre-fill with information that's pulled from your marketing profile. So if you haven't done so, I would encourage you to go check your marketing profile, check your information, make sure it's accurate and correct and filled in, because that will help you pre-fill on the templates. Now, if I'm ready to come in and I want to start a new design template, keep in mind too, these can be used for a variety of things. One, it can be used if you're doing a campaign, social media campaign, direct mail, email campaign. You can create a design and then load that into your campaign format. You could also use these as part of a smart plan if you wanted to on an email smart plan. And again, to put them on just a social media post. You can download, you have the ability of downloading these independently, saving on a drive, or even on a thumb drive if you wanted to, and take those with you. The cool thing about designs that helps me in my business is that I am not very creative. I'm a tech guy. I can fix things. I can talk my way through things, but graphic designing is not my in my wheelhouse. It's a small tool, and I just not very creative. But with command designs, a lot of smart people have put some creative designs on there and allowed us to use them. So if I'm ready to create one, I would go to the little green circle here with the plus sign, and then it's going to ask me what kind of design do I want to create. I want to do an email, social, print, video, or if I want to import, you do have the ability, if you have a sort of kind of design or maybe a logo or something that saves as a PDF, you could enter that and you could edit that. We'll cover that in another day, but the three that we're going to cover today are the emails, social, and print. So let's start off with an email, and then I'll select next. And it's going to take me to this page. And within this page, I have a couple of tabs here. There are some KWRI templates, dozens. I think there's up to there's 72 templates in here already designed by KWRI staff that you could utilize, do some further editing, if you will, and I'll load more here. And they've got different topics. You've got a modern design, classic design, luxury, and then you'll notice too that each one of these has a particular topic to it. So like if I wanted to use the classic buy versus rent, simply click on that. There we go, the next button. I had it covered with the Zoom window here. Highlight the one I want to use, and in the right-hand corner here, I'm going to hit next. And it's going to bring that template up for me to do some personalized editing to it. So notice it already has some text already in there laid out for me. And then I can fill in with my own personal information. Now, what I like to do, again, this is just me, is I want to get a preview of this to see how it's going to display. And then I can go in and do whatever tweaks that I want to. So if I go on this line right here, and there's a little eyeball there, if I hit that, that's going to allow me to see a preview of what this email looks like. So notice now it's going to plug in my Market Center logo. As I scroll down, there's the textual information. There's my information. Again, this pulls from my profile or my marketing profile, fills in my information. So this is what it looks like. And then also here, I'm in a preview mode. That's a computer. I can also look to see what it's going to look like when a person views it on a tablet, and also what they'll see when they pull that up on their iPhone. So now I know what the landscape of that looks like. If I want to tweak this even more, I have some tools over here on the right-hand side that I can utilize. If I want to add another text box, then I would simply drag that. And notice these lines, the yellow and green lines, that's where that box will drop to. I don't really want to change the text on this one, but I may want to add an image to it. So I can click and drag, and again, wherever those lines are at, that's where that image is going to land. So if I let it go, and now it's going to pull up and ask me to load an image in that. And this has my images that I have previously uploaded. I could add some listing images, say this was a different type of template. I could come to the listing images here, search for a particular property. Pull this up here, and now I can go here, and I can add these photos. Pick a particular photo that I want to use. Add that listing, hit save, and now that photo is loaded into my email. When I added these other widgets, if you will, into this templated email, I can edit even further by going to that box, and then you'll see the little pencil right here. I can click on that, and now I can edit this photo some more. I can also hit replace and just add another photo if I didn't like that image. I could put one of my mugshot on there, put that in. Now, it doesn't display just yet. Anytime that and this is a tip and a note to make, when I'm editing an email template here, it's going to pull up on the right-hand side. The changes won't take place until I hit this done right here. Hit done before you hit save, because it has to load in the edits first, then it'll save your entire template there. So I'm going to hit done, and now it's going to replace my picture on there. And then if I wanted to, I could hit save on that. There's other things on here. If I needed to add like a call to action button, something that as they're reading this, they can click on. So it's got a button here for download my app, but I want them to click maybe for something. So this was a listing email template or something. I can pick this button and then bring that over. And then again, I can scroll to where I want to put this button. Say I want to put it down here, pick the button. And now that button is displayed here. Now I've accidentally left it there, no big deal. What I can do now, I just hit that trash can, I can take that out. So I purposely made that mistake to show you if you drop it on there, you can hit delete, or you actually have, just as if you're editing a Word document or any other edits, you can hit the previous or forward here, redo, forward or undo backwards on that. So now I've added a call to action button. I can further edit what this button does. Again, highlighting it and then hitting the edit pencil. And then now it's going to bring up to the right-hand side some further editing tools. So I can change that out when I don't like to just have a button. I can put here, click here for info. Now, what I can do as well is I can establish the link. So if I want them to hit this button, I want them to go and be taken to maybe, and I can select either a landing page or a web address. So for this, I'm going to put a web address. I'm going to make it my personal website or my agent-owned website. So if I wanted to, I could open my web browser and pull up my agent site page. Or if you had a landing page, you could open that landing page up. Come in here. Now I'm going to copy. Go back here to the web address. Hit paste. Now when they click that button, it's going to go to a web address here. I can also change the height and the width of the button here if I wanted to. I can make that about 200 by 50. And remember, these changes won't necessarily happen until I hit done. It looked like that did modify a little bit. The font, I can change the font inside there. I can also change the background color. I can hit this gradient scale here, pick a color that I want that button to be. I can also pick whether I want that button to be square or rounded. So let's pick square. And then when I'm done, I hit the done. Now it looks like this. And then also, if I want to rename this, and it says classic buy versus rent, I can go to the left-hand corner and give it my own unique name to this, campaign, and then whatever date I started. Click that. Now a couple options, I can hit save. So I've hit that, now it's saved in there. Again, if I want to preview what it looks like. Sorry, the computer's running a little slow there. So now I get a preview what the email is going to look like, and then if I save that, I can load that later when I go to, say, my campaign, or with a smart plan, I can load the email design into that smart plan. I'm going to pause just for a moment. Definitely be revisit. Okay. No problem. So Dustin had to leave us there. Anybody have any questions what I've covered so far with this email template? So I'm going to save and exit from this.
I didn't see, you were talking about in the body of that, you said the blue and or green and yellow lines. That wasn't showing up.
Okay.
I mean, I got the gist of where to put it, but I wasn't seeing those colors.
Right, and I may have moved it around on my, if it may not, maybe in my screen, but as you're dropping that in, there should be a solid green and yellow lines that'll pop up that'll show you the placement on there.
Okay.
On the screen, and I may have moved it too fast, wiggling it around to really, I think that's what I was doing. I said, there's a yellow and green line, but I'm moving the design around. So that was on me. But let's say we want to build, the previous demo I did for you was using like a pre-formatted template, just did some tweaks to it. You can also create your own email design from beginning to end. And when you hit the plus sign here, hit email. And then I can go to next. And then I can go to, if I hit my design templates, but now if I want to create my own template, I would hit the green tile on the right hand side. It says create new template. And now I've got this blank, I create my own. So I'd start out, say I want to do my header first. Can you see that line now on the screen?
Yes, it's there.
So if I slow down a little bit, then you can see the line, that's going to drop below that there. So now there's my market center logo, and then there's my legal information.
Where did you grab those from?
Over to the right, these are pre-formatted. So if I take that out, I'm going to undo that. These widgets over here, I can just simply click, like the legal headers right here. I click that and hold my mouse and then just drag it and just let go of that, and it'll drop it in there for me.
So it has that built in. That's part of that.
Right. It's already formatted that way. I didn't have to do it.
You didn't have to put that in. Okay.
Now, and the information on this pulls from my marketing profile. So if I were to hit preview right now, it's not going to show anything. But if I go again to this preview, I can go ahead and take a sneak peek now what it's going to look like. So there's the header.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to leave on the high note. Cynthia has learned how to see that, so I'm going to leave. But again, that's how I like to do that as I'm building it out. Go ahead and hit that preview because this looks confusing, right? I want to see what it actually looks like before.
Sure.
As I do
and I'm a very visual person too, so I would probably be doing that a lot.
Right. Then if I want to come to add the text section next, put that in there. I've got my text information that I can enter, however I want to structure that. And also I'll point out here when I click in this text, notice it brings up the editing box on the right hand side here.
Mm-hmm.
So I can pick my type of font that I would like, the font size. Also, if I wanted to personalize this, say that I was using this in a smart plan. You know, our smart plans, when you assign it to a contact, it'll have their info. I can personalize that even more by scrolling down and putting contact first name and then putting in whatever my message is. You know, hey,
Okay.
it's or if you have ever thought of selling your home, now is the time. So, and then if I like what the text is saying, then I can hit done. It's going to fill in for me. Again, if I want to add an image, click and hold, drag the image where I want that to go. And something I missed previously, I've got my mugshot here, but if I wanted to add some images to that, again, I could pull the listing, but I could also add images. Go to browse my files on my computer, and then whatever pictures that I wanted to look, in here, you get the point. I can pull up a picture somewhere else and add those to my library.
Sure.
So then when I click on my images, there'll be more there to choose from to put in
Gotcha.
the box.
Okay.
I can save on that. Now, that's a huge picture of my big bald head in the middle of this email. It looks kind of awkward. So I can come in here and edit that, again, with the editing tool. I can just change the height and width of that. So let's scale that down to about 200 by 200. And I can move it left, right, and center if I wanted to. I can move it to the left.
Right.
Hit done. Now that I'm a little less expensive. So around there. I clicked and dragged that and brought it back out. But again, if I want to hit the redo, it's going to take me back. Legal footer, if I want to add that, again, click, hold, and drag. Put that down at the bottom. Now this is all jumbled up. I'm just showing you how to pull that in, what it's going to look like, what have you. Obviously, I wouldn't want to put that there. Again, if I wanted to add a button, call to action button, I can move this.
Question.
Footer. Yes, ma'am.
So with all this, it says market center, brokerage phone, blah, blah, blah. So I have to put each of those in individually.
That will fill from your marketing profile.
It will fill. Okay.
Yeah, it'll fill from your marketing profile.
Okay.
So, and there's some other cool things here. If you're structured email and you wanted a market snapshot, again, I could click, hold, and drag that. Drop this in. Hit the edit. Put in the zip code. Put in the header there. So if I didn't want that, hit cancel. Take that one back out. We talked about the button, being able to drop that in, and then, edit that, put in a link, what have you, for that. Always remember a couple of things we pointed out already is hit the done before you hit save, and then making sure your marketing profile, like if you hit the preview, like all this stuff now, it's going to fill in. So I don't have to worry about filling any of that info in. It'll pull, and then there was the contact name because we're using it for a smart plan. Another cool thing that I can do is over here on the options. So let's say I build out my email, I've got it all nice and I've got it formatted the way I want, but I want to test that. I've got a preview, but I can actually do a test email too. So how I do that is go to the options in this right-hand corner, and then I can preview it, I can send test email. So then I can type in my own email address, or I can type in the other email address, send that test email. Now what's going to happen is it'll go to, if I refresh my email over here, sorry, the internet speeds at a dial-up pace. and it's still loading. I've got the wheel of death in the left-hand corner up there. I like it too when I'm demoing something. No pressure on me as a trainer when I'm trying to demo something and the internet's slowing down, putting a little pressure on me there. I promise it works. There we go. I told you it would. So click on the email, and then I can take a look. It's actually, make sure it's formatted properly. It's actually went through the test driving there.
Gotcha. So that reply and forward on the bottom, those automatically popped up?
Yes.
Okay.
So that was part of the format. It does it for you. Pretty cool. The command designs has really improved tremendously over the last 3-4 months, especially the email templates. They've added tons and tons of templates on there. Again, what I'm demoing here is if you want to create your own template. I'm kind of, again, I'm not that creative. I would probably use one of their templates and going in, hitting the email, and then cheating and using one of theirs and putting my own text if I need to or whatever. So, I don't want to consume all our time with emails, but that's hopefully a good navigation demo for you on how to create, how to use a template that's there to tweak it to your needs, how to upload some pictures, how to put in, a clickable link, what have you on there. Any questions on emails before we move to the next one? Mm-mm. So the next piece that I'll demo for you is how to create a social media post. And I absolutely love these because, again, my skill set is not that good. And there are tons and tons and tons of templates for social media posts and for print. So again, I want to hit the green plus sign. We're going to hit template or the social template there and hit next. And it's taking us to the WeBrand editing screen. I'm waiting for the AOL you've got mail to pop up. I feel like this is like dial up waiting. Some people may not get that humor that were born.
I get it.
That were born pre-90s. They don't understand the pain of dial up. So.
Oh yeah.
So here we are. We're in our social media design templates. And we have the tabs for templates, and I can click on my designs, and there's some brand assets here. On the left-hand margin has your category. So you have here the KW app, you have listings. If you hit the drop down, you got some subcategories there, open, coming soon, for sale, just so, yada, yada. Open houses are really popular, right? When we did those, now houses don't stay on the market long enough to do an open house. So you don't have to worry about those. Price updates, I don't know if those are even used anymore or not because we're getting above asking offer. So little market sarcasm there. But let's say an open house, I want to use that. Click on it, and then it's going to give me some options to choose from. Right now it's showing me highlighted all, the social wide. If I click on that, and it'll tell you it's wide format for use on what platforms: Twitter, Facebook ads, linked ads, and there's social squares and then there's social stories. But say I'm doing one for Facebook and I want to use it. If I like one of these templates, how it's laid out, then I just simply hit the use, and it's going to load it into an editing window for me, and I can personalize, customize that more for my needs. And here we go. So there's our main editing window here. And then on the left-hand side, I've got different categories. I've got images, text, icons, logos, and KWLS. And I'll show how those tools that come into play as I'm editing the format on this. The first thing is this isn't my listing, I want to put, a different picture in there, then I would click on the images. And I have some options here. I have my assets. These are pictures that I have loaded in here previously. I also have company photos that I can choose from with different categories. These are Keller Williams owned, so I have access to these if I want. There's some holiday ones. If I go hit the arrow here, house interiors, click on that one. It's going to give me some options. So if I want to change this picture, what I would do is take my mouse anywhere on the picture and click it. And now I see these boxes come up, so I can edit that if I want. But if I want to change the picture, make sure I've got that highlighted, and I want to replace it with this one here. Notice there's three little tools: use image, replace image, or use as background. So I'm just going to replace it. So if I hit the little two arrows in a circle here, voila, now it has replaced that image. If I want to use, go ahead.
These were your pictures? Or
no, these were company pictures. So I've got it right here. I went to company.
Okay. Would you ever put in actual pictures from the house?
Yeah, you can. That was the next step that I was going to show. So
okay.
I was just showing others, I could use my assets. I could put, whatever. But let's say, like for this particular scenario, open house, I want pictures of that listing. This is where the KWLS comes in handy. So if I go here to KWLS, if you can see it's on the far left-hand side, and click on that, now I can search for a listing. And let's say I want to go into, I keep using this one, even though it's actually a commercial building. If I need to narrow down the search here. So I want to use this listing right here. I just hit select. And now what photos are part of that listing will now load here for me to use.
Okay,
cool. Yeah, look at that magic trick. So now I highlight this picture again, click on it, and find a picture I want to replace it with, and then hit the replace image, and ta-da.
Cool.
Isn't that the neatest thing since sliced bread?
It is.
Especially for folks like me that I just don't have the time or the patience. I can do this in about 5 or 6 minutes and be done with it, and it looks all professional. Looks like Canva did it, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to throw out other names out there, but so now to edit the rest of the material here, I can just click on this where it says Sunday now. It's going to load up here at the top. Some tools I can use. I can change the type of font that's being used with it. I can change the size. To actually change what the typing is displaying, a couple different things I can do. I can double click in this box and then hope that my cursor is the right place, or this little box right here, as you scroll over and hold it, it says typewriter. So if I hit typewriter, now it's going to pull up and it shows me what's there. Now I can come in and type that a little better. But Saturday, what is this Saturday? Make sure I get it right here. 30th. And then 2 to 4 p.m. I'm done with that. I come down to hit save changes. And now it's changed that type for me.
Cool.
Same thing over here. I can click in this box here, hit the typewriter. So now I can change in this information here I need to. I can type. I don't want that. I can just click and take that out. Or I can just change that and I'll just put a price.
Whatever you want.
Yep, whatever I want there.
Right, right.
Save changes. Once that text comes in, come down here, change the address. Again, I can double type there or double click. I like using the typewriter again, visual person. You're not going to highlight the whole thing. Backspace. I can learn how to type again without going too fast. Hit save changes. And if I want to change here the market center, the DBA, now I come over here to logos. It's got to catch up with me here. Click on my assets. When I come to logos, my assets.
So now, you've downloaded these already?
Yeah, I have loaded those in.
Okay.
To my assets. And if I need to add those, I can add a logo if I hit that little button right here, but I'm just going to replace that one. Highlight it. Hit replace. There's Keller Williams First Choice Realty. Now I have my own marketing logo here. This is my branding. I can click, hold, and drag this over. Put that where I want it on there.
Oh.
And now I'm done. It took me, what, 3, 4, 5 minutes maybe? And then up here, right above it, I can click in this. It's given a generic name. I can name it my own, open house, Central City. A few things here I can do. I can share that by hitting the share button. I can go ahead and download that. So if there's this design, I can go ahead and share that to Facebook, Twitter, wherever I want to design that, or the project, the entire project, or just this design. I can download it as a JPEG, a PNG file, which is transparent, in the PDF. And I can change the settings and then start to download to that. If I'm done with it, a few things to point out too is if I need to save it, I'm going to always save first under the file and then save. It should do some auto saving for you, but I'm paranoid about those sometimes. I like to make sure it's saved before I hit the done.
So you don't have to title it when you hit save?
I did right up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I gave it a title up here, rename and design.
Okay.
At the very top, the right hand.
I got you.
And then I didn't point out there's some additional tools here for drawings and shapes, frames. If you wanted to put, some additional framework on some photos and put those in, you could. Again, I'll make this analogy about using designs in Command. Is I learned how to drive a car. Of course, I live in South Central Kentucky, a little more rural than some places, and lived out in the country. And I learned how to drive at about 14 years old, taking a truck across the field and just driving out there on our farm and learn how to do it. Same thing with learning technology, especially designs. Just go out in the field and play with it. Play with this stuff. Figure out what the tools do with it. You can't break it. If you do, tell somebody, and we'll go from there. So, again, these can be used either in your campaigns, or you can download it and do a direct post if you wanted. Any questions about social media ads? I'm actually going to save that one because I may end up doing that open house or have somebody do it this weekend. I'm training, but I'm actually getting work done too. So the last thing that I wanted to go over with you is on print designs. Anytime I want to create a new design, hit the little plus symbol there and go to print. Go to next. And voila, finally got them loaded in here. So same thing, I've got the categories over here. So I want to work on some lead generation printable materials. So I've got, client love, event invitations, home value. That may be something if you're trying to recruit a seller, right? So if I hit home value, now it brings up the different categories. There's all of them: door hangers, standard postcards, and then flyers. And there's some business basics that are business cards. So I can actually work on some bit if I want to design my own, or actually use a template and then tweak it, and then use it for a business card. I can portrait, or just regular standard business cards. Now then, a feature that came out recently, I mentioned this when we first started today about print. If I use one of these templates here, and if I'm on the print side, creating a print design template, and I go to my edit screen, and it displays I'm hoping this will do it, if it will catch up with my mind here. Now notice up here we have an additional thing that says order print. Eventually it will cover a lot of other printable materials. Right now it's sort of limited in a way, like business cards, flyers, and I want to show you the quarterly magazine too that you can have done. That's a cool thing that rolled out recently. But with the same concepts here for editing this, if I want to change the picture, I click on the picture and click on mine, hit replace image, and the same thing, whatever text that I want to edit on this, click on it, pull the typewriter. Not going to repeat that. We've already shown how to do that. Right. Now down here at the bottom, if I want to see what's on the back of the card, now notice down here, this is the front. If I click on the other, now it's going to load what the back of the card's displaying. So I can come in here and edit and add anything to this that I wanted to on the back of the card. So when I'm done with it and I want to order it from Keller Williams, just go ahead and have it shipped. I can go up here, order print. And now I just walk through it, the paper thickness that I want to use, the number of copies that I want to have done. Say I want a couple hundred of these. And then it's going to walk me through, continue. Those awkward moments of silence created by slow internet. I haven't eaten lunch yet, so I was hoping my stomach doesn't growl too loud and you all hear it.
So where are you at in Kentucky?
I am in Bowling Green, Kentucky. I am about 45 minutes north of Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay, my husband has family in South Shore.
Okay.
It's a dinky little tiny town.
There's several of those in Kentucky. So yeah. Bowling Green is the third largest city in Kentucky. There's Louisville, Lexington, and Bowling Green.
Right.
And then there's Owensboro and Covington. But we're known for the Corvette. And the Corvette is manufactured here. Lost River Cave is also located here. Mammoth Cave, the biggest cave system in the world, about 30 minutes north. And of course, Music City, USA is about 45 minutes south of us. So, and we're located between Louisville and Nashville. So a lot of busyness going on for us there. That's not loading. It would be the same. There's no sense of demo. You're going to pick your type of paper you want to print it on.
Right.
It will ask you to review it. It's very picky about reviewing because it should be, right? And then when you're done with it, you can order that print.
Right.
Hit refresh and see what this does here. I did want to show you, if you're not familiar with it, and we'll wrap it up with this, is KWRI every quarter is going to be pushing out close this out. Let's say a quarterly magazine that you can customize and make your own and have it printed and sent out. So again, I'm going to start here, go to print, go to next. I got a feeling if you all lose me, you'll know why. It happens about once or twice a week, depending on how many people are in the office, I think, and how many people are on Zoom calls. Zoom calls eat up the bandwidth. So if I drop out, I think we're saved here. So under the lead, go to print, and then lead generation. And at the bottom here is a personally branded zine. Well, today is Tuesday, so Tuesdays and Thursdays are when sometimes there's updates pushed out. And I really like that when I'm trying to demo in a class. So, no, Tim, you've been notified and become available. Anyway, promise you there is a personally branded zine that you can go in and create on your own there. Yeah, there's tons of different templates in here that can save you some time. They're fairly easy to navigate and create. Any questions about any of those? Again, it's like driving the old truck in the field. You're just going to have to put it in gear and test it out for yourself and be creative with it.
Okay.
The one thing that I do want, if you're familiar with it, is answers.kw.com. I'm going to put, there are a ton, if you're not familiar with it, there are a lot of resource articles on how to use basically all the different aspects of command if you've got a question about it. So this one I've pulled up an article about how to create a marketing design. There's also on the left here some other links that you can click into to learn some other things. And with these articles from Answers, they give you, some of them will have videos, they'll have a step-by-step, and also screenshots walking you through what it should look like. Again, a handy resource to have. You always lean on your Market Center Tech Trainer, but if you need just a quick answer to look at something here, then I'm going to post this in the chat. This link. I'm going to stop my share here.
So is that a more condensed version of some of the tutorial videos under education?
It is.
Okay.
It's very topic specific. So, and I'll share screen. I'll just walk you through answers.kw.com. And that's the URL. And if I can type. And it's basically all things tech. Answer any tech questions you have with any Keller Williams technology is at the answers.kw.com. Come down to the command tab. You've got command team functionality, command market center. You click on command. It has it broken down into sections. So you're accessing your command settings, your contacts, and then you click into those. You'll have tons of articles in here with specific topics. So you're right, okay. It's much more. It's fragmented, but in a good way, because you don't need this whole long list of things just to get on how to update your command email subscription.
Or an hour tutorial on it.
Right. So and not all of them have videos. Like this one's short enough. It tells you it's updated a day ago, gives you a brief synopsis of what you want to do, and then walks you through the screenshots on what it should look like. And then it'll ask you if it was helpful or not. So great resource to have. Again, if you had any questions about a problem you may be having or an issue, or to do some self-guided, teaching on furthering your knowledge of command.
Right. Okay, cool.
All right. Nobody has anything. I'll wrap it up there. Appreciate your questions, your attention, and most of all, taking time out of your day to dive into command and learn about designs.
Well, I appreciate it greatly.
All right, y'all have a great rest of your day.
All right, thanks. You too.
Uh-huh.
Bye-bye.